The Torah in Sheni of this week's Parsha describes the anxiety in which a person may experience a farmer in particular may experience prior to the Shemitah year. In fact, the Torah says you will have your fill of food, and then Shemitah will come, and maybe you will say, what will we eat in the seventh year? We won't be able to plant or sow or work our field. And out of that concern, what will we eat? Says Hashem, I will give you the bracha, and I will give you threefold in the sixth year. The Alter of Nevardik wonders, when would it be that a person would actually ask such a question? If it were prior to the harvesting of the sixth year, then one really wouldn't ask it, because the Shemitah year is not yet really on the horizon. They are still focused on this year's harvest. However, after the harvest, they would already have experienced the threefold and would have realized Hashem's miracle. And so when exactly was it that this worry would occur? The Alter explains that human nature is to start worrying about the next Shemitah year already immediately after the conclusion of the current Shemitah year. And therefore, says the Alter, what the Torah is talking about is that perhaps after the Shemitah year, after one Shemitah year, one may then come to ask and say, how will we be able to survive the next Shemitah year? To that, the Torah says, trust in me, I will give you threefold. That you will eat satisfactory for 6 years. You will enjoy the harvest of that which you planted. And in doing so, you don't save up. Because if you don't save up, that is a display of the bitachon in which the farmer is having in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he will provide even during the Shemitah year. However, if one doesn't display that bitachon, then one may not be subject to the promise that Hashem gives to provide threefold. If one actually saves up, then they will not necessarily be subject to that bracha. And so what the Torah is telling us, says the Alter, is to understand the human tendency. The human tendency is to worry. The human tendency is that as soon as the current Shemitah year ends, already there's something to worry about in the future. And if there's something to worry about in the future, then that becomes problematic in regards to the bitachon that we need to be able to survive Shemitah. And the Torah tells us, according to the Alter, what the Torah is instructing us is for the farmers that take that year's crop, and to recognize that when it comes to Shemitah, Hashem has told us, Hashem is guaranteeing us that he will take care of us. If we're able to act with that bitachon, then one will be zocha to the bracha of receiving threefold and having the necessary means to be able to survive the Shemitah year. This, says the Alter, is a matter of bitachon, that our bitachon in Hashem directly correlates to the way Hashem treats us, the way Hashem deals with us, that in a certain sense, Hashem goes after our lead. In a certain sense, the more we display that bitachon in Hashem, the more Hashem will display for us as well, as, so to speak, as the Pasuk in Tehillim says, is shadow. Hashem is our shadow in correlation to the way we act, the level of bitachon we show. Hashem also acts in accord. If we don't have bitachon, if we don't trust that Hashem will take care of us, then it becomes that much harder. And so that's one of the messages that the Alter says. What we're learning here is the Torah tells us, I'm going to give you what you need. And I'm going to also take care of you during Shemitah. And if you trust that I'm going to take care of you in Shemitah, and you follow the halachos that I've laid out for you, then when it comes to Shemitah, the year before, I will give you threefold. I will take care of you. I will make sure that you have what you need.